Hi, I'm Matt Hillebrand with Don's Appliance, joined by Rob Sobek, and we're going to go over really a common issue that we've ran into over the last 50 plus years in Pittsburgh. Because we're an older city, we have a lot of older homes, and we've got a lot of older homes that have older cabinetry and have some appliance size issues, right? Whether it be a refrigerator that is shorter, less, let's say less than 66 inches tall. We run into a lot of that in a lot of older homes. We have options for that, right?
Absolutely.
And we have options that if you've got a old hood, that you've got a countertop microwave, a hood above your range, and you want an over-the-range microwave, we can get you that. So we do have some various brands and various options to help you through that appliance buying process for your older home.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta say, from the retail side of things, the number one offender in Pittsburgh, having Pittsburgh problems, it has to do with refrigeration. A lot of it has to do with height at a cabinet set at 67, 66, even 65 off of the floor, being up against a wall, having a refrigerator that comes from the era where counter depth and full depth was not standardized.
Yeah, now counter depth and full depth. So counter depth means that it's narrower front to back, right? So it only the doors typically stick out past your counter, right? And a standard depth is a deeper unit. Now our new units are much deeper than what our older refrigerators are. So that's one thing, our listeners and viewers need to really keep into consideration.
Yeah, and depth mostly. You add on your doors and your handles, of course, but now it's really become mostly standardized. A counter depth case, the box of the refrigerator,
Yep.
is 24 or 25 inches. A full depth case is somewhere between 28 and 30 inches. Whereas, in eras prior, the 90s, the 80s, etc., there really wasn't standardization of the size of that box, the depth of those doors, the trajectory of that handle. And it's still not standardized, but it is a much more tight tolerance in between brands.
Just because I've been around a few years, I will tell you, back in the 80s when I used to do installations, those refrigerator depth-wise, they used to be around 30, 31 inches to the handles. So, I mean, those were much narrower front to back than what we're seeing now, right? 33 to 35 inches with the handles. They're going to be deeper, so that's something you need to consider, really keep into consideration, especially if you're in an older home that may have a galley-style kitchen or a tight space with an island or maybe a wall near it. So
you have homes with 30-inch door thresholds too.
Yes.
Like there are full depth refrigerators that, with the doors completely off, aren't going to fit through a Pittsburgh front door. You know what I mean? So whenever we run into that with retail replacement refrigeration, especially that height limitations, that big one in the Mount Lebanons, the Squirrel Hills, things of that nature. Whereas I'm not saying they're smaller homes, but they're older homes, tighter doorways, tighter kitchens. We have full depth refrigerators that are under 66 tall. We have counter depth refrigerators that are under 66, 67 tall, under 33 inches wide, single swing doors opposed to French. There's a lot of things to combat, not just with that height, but you have fridges that start a run and they're up against a wall, and all these doors, to your point, everything's getting thicker and deeper. All these doors are opening outside of the case of the refrigerator more than they ever have. So we can both speak to the amount of inventory we have sitting in our warehouse and in our outlet store just because we're in Pittsburgh.
It didn't fit, correct.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, the product didn't fit. We thought it was going to fit. So when you're looking for a new appliance, and obviously it's best to measure properly. If you have any questions on the best way to measure, go to our YouTube site, Don's Appliances. We've got a lot of measuring videos for different appliances in the kitchen or laundry. But also, I mean, the brands that we offer and the options that we have, odds are we're going to be able to find something close, or we're going to help you decide whether it makes sense to have either a cabinet removed, have an adjustment made somewhere, or just something to give you options on your particular space limitation or what you want to go with.
And to that point, we talked about in a previous video about sending pictures, sending model numbers, things like that. your salesperson is likely going to ask you to send pictures and send model numbers. And it brings up a great point. We have those refrigerator limitations and talking about how there wasn't really a standardized depth for a very long time. Things have changed in the way of what is standard. Those downdraft cooktops that were so popular for a very long time, the 45-inch downdraft. There's no such thing as a 45-inch cooktop anymore.
Yeah.
So, we have alternatives, we have solutions. Some of them are all in-house. Some of them you're going to need to go and get, trims made, things of that nature. But we've done this enough times. We've been in Pittsburgh long enough that we've played this tape all the way through before.
Yeah, and it's a great point on the cooktops. The 45-inch Gen Air downdraft cooktop. They don't make that anymore. The closest you're going to get, is a 36-inch wide, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you either get a new countertop, which is pretty expensive, and if it's not in the budget, or if you just don't want to get a new countertop, one of the solutions that we have is a company that makes a trim piece. And I will tell you, just what to expect. It's not going to look perfect, but it'll fill the space, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes those expectations as retrofits, they really need to be in line with what's available, right? So if you don't have a direct replacement for your appliance, there are options, but that expectation level needs to be at the point where you're realizing it's not a perfect fit, but there may be a solution that will work. It may not be what you exactly want, but it's out there.
Absolutely. And to that point, a lot of times you have to make concessions in trying to replace something existing that doesn't exist anymore. And, whenever it comes to oddball sizes, you also have oddball placements, as far as in today's terms, whether it be a range hood mounted on a cabinet that's only 30 inches total above the cooking surface, and our microwaves being 17 inches tall, on average anymore. That's only leaving 13 inches from cooktop to bottom of microwave. The development of that low profile microwave where it's only about 10, 11 inches tall.
Yep.
That's been a huge success, especially here in this area. And to that point, replacing range hoods with that same height limitation, that low profile microwave has really helped.
Yeah, it's there. There's definitely some options out there. It may not be what your expectation level is, but again, you have to weigh the cost benefit, right? A lot of people don't do that. You can redo your kitchen and get exactly what you want in terms of sizes, or you can get something that will work because, it's that cost benefit. Is the benefit outweigh the cost? Sometimes. Does the cost outweigh the benefit? A lot of times, mm-hmm. right? So when you think through your buying purchases, these are some key things to think about. Always love talking to you, Rob, especially with the amount of customers we've had over the years and the amount of situations we've been. So with these oddball Pittsburgh kitchens, we've got solutions.
And we keep them in stock too. We know what we go to. We know what those limitations are. We know we need to have them because we know what we're going to recommend because we've done it before.
Yeah, absolutely. So be sure to go to donsappliances.com. Make sure to continue to listen, and thank you as always.